Welcome back. It has been 1 year since the Veterans Administration scandal came to light, revealing hundreds of thousands of delays and subpar and deadly treatment at VA hospitals. The Associated Press has now found that the number of veterans waiting more than 30 days for an appointment has actually risen since August. I know it's hard to believe, but it is true. Dan Caldwell joins me tonight from Concerned Veterans of America. Dan, welcome back.
Thank you for having me on again, Kennedy.
So walk me through this. There's been a big multi-billion-dollar infusion of cash into the VA to fight the wait lists and clean the place up. What is going on over there?
Well, the problem is that they have doubled down on the same failing, inefficient, single-payer healthcare system that got us in the mess to begin with. On top of that, they have not fired some of the key people still involved that were involved in the waitlist scandal to begin with. There are 1,000 employees that were being investigated for involvement in manipulating waitlists. A year after the scandal, less than 20 have been fired. In fact, using the VA's own data, this isn't me making stuff up, firings have actually decreased at the VA since the scandal began. So the VA is in effect pretending like none of this happened and that this is still 2014 before the scandal and that nothing over the last year has changed the way that the VA delivers health care to our veterans.
So that's incredible to me. I mean, there's $10 billion alone that's supposed to fund the choice card,
right.
But single payer isn't exactly a choice. Now, you ran into your own problems at the VA just trying to get your hearing checked. What happened?
Well, a couple years ago, I went in to get some hearing issues checked out that I had left over from when I was in the Marine Corps. It took me months to get an appointment. They lost my military medical records. I still don't know where they are. And I was sent to the wrong clinic. I had to go on a weekend. It was a disaster. So I was fortunate enough where my wife at the time had private insurance, so I was able to go on her insurance. And then I got my own insurance through my work, so I never had to go back. But there's millions of veterans that don't have that choice, and the VA is their only source of health care, so they're stuck in this failing system.
And the system, by the way, being run now by Secretary McDonald, is he really running the place, though? No.
At the end of the day, what we've come to see is, and Secretary McDonald is really not running the VA.
Who's running it?
He might be in charge. He might say he's in charge, but in effect, the guy that is really driving the bus there is the VA Chief of Staff, Rob Neighbors, who was before that Deputy Chief of Staff Rob Neighbors at the White House. He has a direct line to the White House. Obviously, at the end of the day, he's the one talking to President Obama or Valerie Jarrett or somebody else at the White House, and he's really the one who's driving the agenda there, not Secretary McDonald. And that's unfortunate because, you know, we've been very critical of Secretary McDonald, Concerned Veterans for America. I have personally, but I think he really does want to change things. I think that he does have some interesting ideas to change the VA, but at the end of the day, he's really getting told what to do by Rob Neighbors and by extension the White House.
Yeah, and by the White House, which, by the way, I mean, does the White House hate veterans? Are they just out to prove how government fails its citizens over and over again? It seems like the White House would have a vested interest in seeing the VA succeed. But what do you think is going on with the White House in regards?
Well, I think first of all, I just want to be clear. I don't think they hate veterans. But ideologically, they do not believe in healthcare freedom and healthcare choice. I mean, Obamacare is the prime example. It's moving towards more of a government-controlled healthcare system. So ideologically, they don't want to move the VA in the other direction towards more healthcare freedom. But I think the big reason why they sent Rob Neighbors there and their whole mindset around this scandal has been simply political damage control. They just want to contain it. They want to stop the bleeding and just move on from it.
Well, it's still hemorrhaging. Throwing money at it has not created a Band-Aid. We've got about 30 seconds left. Quickly, Dan, what can fix the VA?
Real health care freedom, real health care choice for veterans. Concerned Veterans for America has a plan called the Veterans Independence Act. You can find out more about it at our website, CV4A, the number 4A.org. We believe that's a real plan to fix the VA, and we hope that Congress takes it up and we pass it into law.
All right, Dan Caldwell, thanks so much. Thanks for filling us in. I appreciate you coming back.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Indeed.